Protests are erupting in California this weekend against immigration raids under the Trump administration. Here's a look at protesters in Los Angeles today gathering outside of the Metropolitan Detention Center. Protesters took to the streets of Los Angeles after federal immigration agents carried out series of arrests around the city. ICE says its agents detained more than 40 people on immigration violations Friday night. The operation led to clashes with police, who later resorted to tear gas and flashbangs to break up the protesters. President Trump deploying troops to the state as demonstrations continue.
Tonight, hundreds of National Guard troops are deployed on the streets of Los Angeles. A convoy of heavily armed and camouflaged troops arriving overnight, establishing staging areas at downtown federal facilities. President Trump calling up 2,000 members of the National Guard in an effort to stamp out clashes that broke out over the weekend between law enforcement and demonstrators protesting ICE deportations. Tensions boiling over after immigration authorities conducted a series of sweeps in recent days, arresting more than 100 immigrants in Los Angeles over the course of last week. Dozens of demonstrators arrested since the clashes broke out Friday. Officers in riot gear using tear gas and flashbangs to disperse protesters, some of whom hurled projectiles. And in an extraordinary scene Saturday afternoon, a Black Hawk helicopter landing in the parking lot of a Homeland Security office. Agents unloading supplies for law enforcement. And we were there this evening as that standoff continued outside a federal facility in downtown Los Angeles. This is one of the tear gas canisters that was just deployed against some of the couple of hundred people here. And on this side, there are about 100 federal law enforcement, California National Guard. The president bypassing California's governor, authorizing the troop deployment for 60 days late Saturday, saying in a memo the protests constitute a form of rebellion against the United States. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth adding on social media that the administration is also considering mobilizing active duty Marines if the clashes continue, an idea the president did not rule out late today.
What's the bar for sending Marines to
the bar is what I think it is. I mean, if we see danger to our country and to our citizens, we'll be very, very strong in terms of law and order.
Local officials blasting the White House in response. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass writing, deploying federalized troops on the heels of these raids is a chaotic escalation. And California Governor Gavin Newsom calling the troop deployment purposefully inflammatory, adding the idea of deploying active duty Marines on U.S. soil is deranged. Today, Trump's allies in Washington defending the president's decision.
Do you have any problem or any concerns about the president sending in the National Guard to a place where local authorities say that they're not needed and could be harmful?
I have no concern about that at all. I think the president did exactly what he needed to do.
President Trump is putting the safety of the communities that are being impacted by these riots and by these protests that have turned violent. And he's putting the safety of our law enforcement officers first.